Well, it's with some trepidation that we came to Norfolk. We were told that unless one had been born here, that you were just a perfect stranger. You'd be a foreigner. And so when we came and had our first Sunday with you, and we came along afterwards to the meeting of welcome, we were surprised how very, very friendly everyone was, because we had been told that unless one was born here, well, you were a foreigner. In fact, there was an old gentleman of 90 years of age who had died, and when the people at the public house were discussing poor old John's death, one of them said, "Oh, but he's not one of us. He wasn't born here. He was 1 year old when he come here." At the end of the meeting, a very tall, dark, handsome young gentleman came up and said, "Do you know me?" My husband and I didn't know this young gentleman until he said, "My name is Tom Cully. I was a little cub in your manse garden when you were in Faizabad in India." And that must have been, oh, I suppose 25 years ago. I was a shocker for remembering names. My husband was awfully good. We had a couple of people, Mandy and Polly Farrow, who were very, very good, giving us a lift down to church very often when my husband was preaching elsewhere. And I said to my husband, "I wish I could remember their name." "Oh, that's easy," he said. "Think of Farrow's peas." So very brightly next Sunday when I was in the car, I said, "Hello, Mrs. Smedley, how are you?" Since then I've been afraid of using names. Reg was the chaplain of the University of East Anglia, the first chaplain there, and so formed what was called the Methodist Society. This was a group of young people from the university who met in the Epworth room. They came for discussion and all sorts of talking and enjoyment of fellowship, and of course tea. When I was talking to the chairman of the district, I said to him, "How is it you have a men's luncheon club here, but there's not a women's luncheon club?" And I would have thought in a circuit and a district like East Anglia, where they're scattered so far, and so many little villages where they don't have fellowship, I think we ought to have a ladies' luncheon club. And so that began 25 years ago this September, with a membership in the first week of over 100 who came from as far as Hunstanton to Great Yarmouth and covered a whole wide area. I meant the starting of Cromwell House itself. It was born in Reg's day, and this was just a field with a donkey in it, and he was in on the purchasing of it, and then came every week to watch the builders progressing, and so looked upon it very much as his baby, and was here for the opening of it when Sir George Martin definitely said this was a home with a small H, not a capital H.